casino resort development?
I think it's completely inappropriate for this area. Cairns has built a reputation on being a clean, green, environmentally friendly destination, and that doesn't represent the larger majority of the people, I don't think, and it's not a good representation of our clean, green, far north Queensland.
What do you think they could build instead that would fit in with this image that we've got of Cairns? It's really Cairns brand, isn't it? The Cairns brand, as you've described it.
It is. I'm sure there's lots of other alternatives, and I think there's more appropriate, less invasive and more community-friendly developments that they could do. I think maybe a little bit more research and a little bit wider thinking would be a really good thing.
And how do you think it's going to affect the Great Barrier Reef?
Oh, I think it might be the nail in the coffin, maybe. I don't, you wonder, and I guess they don't. Sometimes we need to do a little bit more research, and I think that really any silt and any runoff really isn't going to be a good thing. They're like the kidneys of the land and the kidneys of the sea. They filter everything. So removing them, damaging them permanently, you can't fix it once it's done.
And I imagine, I've been told there are quite a few crocodiles in the creek up there, Tomatis Creek. What do you think might happen to the crocodiles up there?
Oh, I'm sure they'll be systematically removed, probably. I know that happened also at Trinity Park, and I know that the authorities did speak to the developers prior to the development, and of course they said that you can remove a crocodile and another one will turn up. I mean, they're territorial and their habitat's disappearing, and once, yeah.
Very good. Now, also we've got Katana wetlands that'll be less than 1 kilometre from the resort, and the resort is going to be surrounded by water. What do you think the birds are going to do when they see that water?
Well, it's not a good thing, is it? Putting a development of that nature on the doorstep of a conservation park's really not a very conscious thing to do. And it's not just the birds. I'm sure that there's a lot of other animals, be it reptiles and frogs and snakes and turtles and all the other lovely things that we appreciate up here. I wonder how much regard is being given for them, and I also wonder about the species of birds and whether something like that will permanently decimate their populations.
And what the migrating birds, perhaps they might not land here because they don't recognise it.
Well, they may not, but it's also the species that aren't migratory that are probably at greater risk because they don't move. That's their home and that's where they live. So if the population, gets wiped out, well, that's the end of that, isn't it?
And I just wondered if you might know where the pelicans breed around here.
I'm not sure, but you do see them on a regular basis, and I noticed I see them less often on the Esplanade these days, and you wonder where they do go. But that wouldn't surprise me if there was some pelican breeding sites around here, and I think this whole area really needs to be looked after and respected in the proper manner.